Welcome to Macro School Weekly. Now, before I show you how to make this really beautiful raspberry summer fun cheesecake, let's find out what Oliver has to share about sugar and how this inhibits the immune system.
Hi, in this short post I want to talk about one thing that everybody can do to strengthen their immune system with the coronavirus going around. Very good idea for all of us to strengthen our immune systems. We've been given various guidance by governments and medicine around hand washing and distancing and all of those kind of things, which are really, really good. What they haven't talked about are things that we can do in our daily diet and lifestyle to really strengthen our immune system. For some reason, which I'll talk about in a minute, I don't think this information yet has become widely known in our society. So the one thing, there's many things we can do to strengthen our immune system, but the one thing I would really strongly suggest everyone to do is to stop eating refined sugar and other concentrated sources of sugar, like concentrated fruit juices, which have a lot of fructose in, and anything with a lot of even more natural sweeteners like rice syrup and honey in. And this isn't a wacky idea. This is based on scientific research. It's quite widely accepted now that sugar does impair the immune system. When we eat a lot of sugar at one time, it impairs our immune system for up to 5 hours. In modern life, we become, we're eating sugar in everything. Just about everything has sugar in it. This is what we've got used to. The National Health Service in the UK has recommended that people reduce their sugar to only adults to 6 level teaspoons a day. It's natural for us to sometimes want a sweet flavour. It's one of the important flavors. We need sour, salty, sweet, bitter, etc. And the sweet flavors often has a more comforting, nourishing kind of feel. So we need some sweet foods to eat. Just imagine the world before there was refined sugar. People did okay. We can cook particularly root and round vegetables until they're really sweet potatoes, carrots, parsnips, swede, squash, onions, etc. And we can also make simple desserts using the natural sweetness in fruits, in berries and apples and pears and so on, to make some nice desserts. So we can give ourselves some sweetness without hitting the body with these high levels of refined sugar. On the International Macrobiotics School website, under information, you can download a whole document, a whole kind of article on how to cut out refined sugar in your diet, and there's recipes and lots of good advice there. A big question is why isn't this information more widely known, and why hasn't there been really a lot of research in this? Right now, during this coronavirus pandemic, it would really serve humanity well to understand that better, and the steps that we can all take to strengthen our immune system and either avoid catching coronavirus, or if we get it milder, rather than more seriously. Wouldn't that be fantastic information to be out in the public domain? Really, we can look to things like Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, macrobiotic approach to healing, etc. These traditional forms which have studied the dietary, emotional and lifestyle causes of illness much, much more thoroughly than Western medicine has. And really these are, there's some very useful understandings in this. So in macrobiotics, we'd say that sugar is more yin. It weakens, especially the mucous membrane. Very little research. One of our main defenses to infections is having a strong mucous membrane that holds out bacteria, fungi, viruses, etc. Very little research has been done into how to strengthen our mucous membrane to keep these things out. Sugar is one of the things that weakens this mucous membrane, I believe.
Welcome back. So today's recipe is refined sugar-free, and we're using fruit and some maple syrup as our sweetener here. Now I'm calling this a summer fun cheesecake because I'm using some tropical ingredients which are more suitable for warmer climates. So if you're in good health, you may find that you can tolerate a light use of tropical ingredients. So without further ado, let's get started. So for the base, choose what you will present your cheesecake in. You could use a jar, a glass, a mini tin, or a dessert ring. If using dessert rings, line a baking dish with parchment paper and lay out the rings. Place the oat cookies into a blender and blend into crumbs, or place them in a freezer bag and crush them with a rolling pin. Place the cookie crumbs into a bowl and add in the melted coconut oil and milk. Mix it all together well. Spoon the crumb mixture into your chosen dish, sharing it evenly. Place it in the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes. For the white cream layer, we're going to place the coconut milk, the agar flakes and sea salt into a pan. Bring to a boil and simmer gently for 10 minutes, being sure to whisk and stir every 30 seconds or so. Remove from the heat and mix in the maple syrup. Allow to cool slightly before dividing the mixture into half. Save one half for the raspberry layer. Use the other half of the mixture and spoon it on top of the cookie crust. Place in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes whilst you make the raspberry layer. Now for the raspberry layer, place the frozen raspberries into a pan with a pinch of salt. Heat the raspberries until they become soft. Add in the maple syrup. Now over a bowl, place the raspberries into a fine mesh sieve and push them through so that you're left with the raspberry puree without the seeds. Mix this raspberry puree into half of the white cream layer mixture that you saved. Mix together well and then spoon over the cooled white layer. Now refrigerate for at least 1 hour before serving. Serve with a garnish of your choice, such as desiccated coconut, fresh raspberries and/or mint leaves. That is it for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and check out the website for information on the latest courses, teachings and offerings at www.macroschool.co.uk.